Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Flynn and I am the owner and maker of Flynn Sisters Boutique. And today we're going to be doing kind of a different video. I am going to take you through a list of everything you need to get started making tumblers. This isn't the ultimate list or the best list. It's just my list on all the things that I wish I would have had when I first got started making cups. Now, of course, I'm going to have links down below in the description box on where you can find all these products as well as some discount codes. I've had a lot of requests for this video, so I hope you guys really enjoy it. Remember, if you guys like our video, be sure to give us a thumbs up. Please subscribe to our channel and hit that bell button so you don't miss a video because I upload every Wednesday and Saturday. All right, you guys, that's enough chit chat from me. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, you guys, so we're gonna dive right in on this list. Now, I wanna preface this video by telling you guys, this isn't the end all be all list. Some people are probably gonna disagree with my list. That's okay. These are just things that I think you need to get started. You can get a pen and paper, write down the list. I will have a list below with some links and maybe some discount codes for you guys. So I really hope that this is helpful. Again, take what you want and leave the rest. Like, this isn't the end all be all best products ever. This is just what I like to use every single day and what I feel would be a helpful list if you're just getting started making tumblers, okay? So first things first, you're definitely gonna need some tumblers. Now, my favorite, of course, is the Craft Haven tumblers. I love her stainless steel tumblers because they come in their own box. Huge variety. I've done a few reviews on her products before, and they're the only cups that we use on the Flynn Sisters Boutique channel. So definitely check them out. If you're just getting started, pick up a small bundle, see how you like it. I definitely know you're gonna love these cups to work with. Okay, so next we'll talk about prep products. So things that I use to prep my cups to get started. So one of my favorite ways to prep cups is the Final Sand product with the Final Sand maroon or white scouring pad. This is a kit that you can get at DIYepoxy.com. And this is a very simple one-step prep process. This is gonna scuff the surface of my tumbler as well as clean it up. So it's all ready to go for paint, epoxy, and everything. So great product for prepping your cups. Once I got my cup all cleaned and ready to go, I usually like to spray paint it. So typically I will first spray paint it with a white flat spray paint. This is Rust-Oleum 2x flat. This is my favorite one to use. And then I will put whatever color spray paint I'm using that matches my glitter over this. Sometimes you don't have to if the colored spray paint you're using is a paint and primer, okay? But generally I just like to use this under everything. You're also gonna wanna have both a matte and a gloss clear spray paint because I use these both for two different kinds of things. But this is a matte clear acrylic sealer and this is a gloss clear acrylic sealer. Both are super helpful. You guys see me use these products a lot and they're just, you're gonna reach for these eventually. You're gonna wanna have these in your shop, okay? Next is sanding blocks. So I don't usually have to sand my cups a lot. For I wouldn't say many years, but for a long time, my cups would be off balance and I'd have bulges in my cups a lot and things like that. And I would use my air compressor grinder tool to my rotary grinder to sand down my cups. And I just realized after a while, the problem wasn't that I needed to sand more to get my cups smooth. The problem was that I needed a better turner to keep my cups level. So once I addressed that issue, I was sanding way less. And really the only time I use these is to sand the rims and a light sanding around the sides if needed, okay? And these sanding blocks are my favorite. I will have these linked below. I use anything between a 60 grit to a 220 grit. Next, I want to talk about some chemicals that I use besides epoxy. My most common chemicals in my shop that I use are acetone, the kind that you get from the hardware store, and rubbing alcohol. Now, if you're having a hard time finding 91% rubbing alcohol because of the pandemic, you can find 99% rubbing alcohol on the DIYepoxy.com website, which I will also have linked down below. Now, I like to have my rubbing alcohol in both a sprayer and these little push button dispensers. These I find at the Dollar Tree, and you can also find them on Amazon. Very helpful to have these. Next, I want to talk about personal protection equipment. So I use both gloves, nitrile gloves, not latex, not vinyl, powder-free nitrile gloves. And I also use an organic vapor respirator. Now I use a full face North 7600 series from Honeywell, and this was gifted to me by a friend, and since the pandemic I have not been able to find a link to where you can get these consistently. So a lot of people ask me where I got my respirator. That's where I got it, and I can't find them. So I wish that I could link them consistently for you guys, but I just can't, because as soon as I get a link for you, they're sold out, okay? So if you just Google organic vapor respirator, you can find either a full face one or a half face one. Either one will work, but the most important thing to have in your workspace is good ventilation. Good ventilation to me is fresh air coming in and air going out. So you have some kind of airflow from one point to another that's going to help ventilate the space. So that is super important. At the very least, you need to have good ventilation. And as always, follow the safety data sheet that comes with your epoxy. All right, next I've got baby wipes. Baby wipes are great for cleaning like epoxy. If you accidentally get epoxy on your skin, do not use acetone to clean up your skin. Ideally, you want to try and use something like this to just wipe off the surface, and then use like Gojo soap or something with like a pumice scrub in it to scrub that off your skin, okay? But baby wipes are great. They clean up little messes around your work area, and it's great for picking up epoxy. Parchment paper is one of those like all-purpose tools that I use a lot in my shop. I use it underneath my turners to keep mess down. I wrap cups in them before I ship with them. I also use this to catch glitter when I'm glittering cups. Heat tools. You want to have both a heat gun and a torch. I use a TS 4000 benzomatic torch. And this is just a regular camp fuel that I have screwed onto the bottom, and I love it. I used to be really intimidated by this torch, but after I used it for a little while, I can't believe that I waited so long to get one. You're gonna love it. Next, we'll talk about cup turners. My favorite cup turner to use is the TheBoan Cup Turner. I have a single cup turner and I have a 4-cup turner, and I absolutely love it. If you're just getting started, definitely check them out for your cup turner. I will have a link down below. I know they have very limited supply, so if you join their Facebook group, you can get notifications on when they have new batches going out. So that is really important. Now, I have built over 4 cup turners since I started making cups, and I will tell you that I wish from the get-go, if I could change anything, I would have just bought a nice cup turner to begin with. It saved me so much time, so much aggravation. My cups came out way better because they were finely level. So really important to get yourself a nice cup turner, okay? And I like to use these trays. These just help collect mess. If any epoxy is dripping, I usually like put them underneath my cups like that to pick up mess. I use these clear cups from Walmart. The reason that I like these clear cups is they don't have any kind of ridges. They're totally smooth, which is really nice when you're mixing epoxy. Okay, and they're pretty cheap. I also use these graduated medicine cups. I get these from allegromedical.com. I will have them linked down below. And I wait until they have sales on these where you can get 10% off and free shipping. And I'm usually able to get like over 1,000 for like a couple bucks, and they show up super fast. So love those. These are for mixing epoxy or like whatever. I use them for a lot of things. Next, we'll talk about my most used tools. These are the tools I reach for every day in my craft room, no matter what I'm doing. This super sharp craft knife or X-Acto knife. Love this. My stainless steel butter spreader. This is what I use to mix epoxy. I prefer stainless steel over silicone tools because they're easy to clean with acetone and they last forever. I've been using this one for 3 years. Next is these stainless steel coffee stir sticks. These are great for mixing up small batches of epoxy or whatever. Also easy to clean. And my dental pick tool. Now, I have fancy Cricut weeding tools and craft tools, and I never use them because I just reach for this one every time because it's really my jack of all trades. I don't know if maybe I'm just stubborn, but like this is my favorite tool. I love it. So everyone has a favorite tool. My dental pick is mine, and I will have this link down below because I think it's super useful. Call me crazy. I just love it. Coffee filters. You guys, I get these from the Dollar Tree. Okay, and this particular brand I like because it is truly lint-free. The Great Value brand from Walmart is no good. I got a lot of lint or like debris from those. These ones are true lint-free cleaning. I don't like using a lot of paper towels in my shop because they do kick up lint and stuff that gets on my cups. So I only clean my tools and I only clean my cups with these. So when you clean your tools, if you're wiping epoxy or whatever off with them, consider trying coffee filters if you struggle with little lint and debris and stuff getting on your cups. Okay, and masking tape. I use masking tape a lot. If you guys watch any of my videos, you know I'm a huge fan of masking tape. I love the blue painter's tape. I have both sizes, and I use this stuff a lot. If you can find sales on it, don't buy the super cheap one though, because the super cheap one that I got on Amazon does leave residue. So I try to use the nicer ones that you can get at like Home Depot or Lowe's or whatever. Okay, with adhesive, I like to use just good old Mod Podge, run-of-the-mill Mod Podge. I also like dishwasher safe Mod Podge, only because I have a stockpile of it because I thought they were going to quit making it. So I have like tons of dishwasher safe Mod Podge. Dries a little faster than the regular old matte one, but this is great. So I usually apply glitter with epoxy method, but if I'm doing some more detailed work and other things, I do use Mod Podge quite often, and for leopard spots, of course. So definitely get you some of that. And last but not least, we're gonna go over, well, almost last, we're gonna go over epoxy. You guys know I'm a huge fan of DIY epoxy. I use DIY epoxy Artisan formula. This is great epoxy. This is a thicker epoxy. It does have a high temperature rating and it cures really hard. In comparison to Alumilite. Now, as someone just getting started, I would maybe recommend Alumilite just because Alumilite Amazing Clear Cast is so easy to work with. You can pick it up at Hobby Lobby. That's what I started with, and I've been using it for almost 3 years now, and it's a good, tried and true product. So yes, I still use my Amazing Clear Cast sometimes, and I have the Amazing Clear Cast Plus, which is the UV resistant formula over the top for my top coats. I have done a review on both of these epoxies on my channel. I would encourage you to check those out. I will have those linked down below. And what I put my epoxy in, I'm gonna get some gloves on. I could not live without these little condiment holder things. So these are what I pour my epoxy into because I cannot pour out of these big heavy jugs. So I transfer a little bit to these little condiment things. I get these at the Dollar Tree. It's $1 for a set. And I just buy a ton of them. And anytime these start to get yucky, I just throw them out and open up new ones. Now make sure you snip the top off really low. Some people have complained that with these ones, the lid pops off. I have not had that happen. I think because you need to make sure that this is cut down far enough. And your epoxy should never be so thick that enough pressure would cause this to pop off, okay? So that's that. So I really love these. Like I said, anytime I see them at the Dollar Tree, I buy a whole bunch. Okay, and lastly, the most fun thing about making cups is the glitter. This is all my glitter. I exclusively use Peachy Olive glitters on my cups. Our channel is sponsored by Peachy Olive glitters, and it is absolutely hands down, my favorite glitter to use. She has a huge selection of colors, a great selection of mixes, just about anything I could ever really need. So definitely check out some glitter. And if you guys are just getting started, don't stress yourself out about having 1,000 glitters right away. You don't need to do that. You don't need to go into debt with glitter. Just get like some core colors that you really need, maybe 1 or 2 colors and sizes from the rainbow. So you have like the core colors on hand, and metallics do really well too. So, you know, your silvers, your gold, rose gold, white, black, a couple purples, a couple blues, a couple oranges, you know, just to kind of build up everything that you need. And then maybe every couple months or so, you pick up a few new colors and just keep building your collection. That's been really helpful for me. I know when I got started, I was just using some regular glitter from the craft store, and that was fine when I was practicing and learning. And as time went on, I wanted to get those beautiful colors that I saw everybody using. So definitely check out Peachy Olive Glitters. I think you're going to love their selection if you haven't already. And we have a 10% off discount code with them if you want to check them out in the description box below. Okay, so I've done a lot of talking. We've gone over a great list here. Remember guys, we're gonna have a full list down in the description box below with links to almost all of these products. If you wanna write all that down, it's gonna be really helpful when you're just getting started. And also, you know, a printer and a Cricut is definitely something you wanna look into, or a silhouette, some kind of vinyl cutter. I didn't go over vinyl and stuff in this video just because that's not really essential. You don't have to have that to make a glitter tumbler, but definitely want to check it out if you want to put the decals and all the fun designs and stuff that we do. And then a printer, there's tons of great printers on the market. I'm not going to go over that in this video either because we could be here all day. So thank you guys so much for watching my video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section. If you haven't joined our Flynn Sister community group on Facebook, there's a link down below for that. Also, I would encourage you to join if you're just getting started. We've got a lot of support and help in there, and we are having so much fun in that group. All right, you guys, that's enough from me, and we will see you on Saturday. If you love this video, you could check out our last video here. Also be sure to find us on Instagram, Facebook, Pinterest, and of course subscribe for all our new videos that come out every Wednesday and Saturday. Thanks so much for watching. See you soon.